Welcome back. This is our larder in progress. We have been working on these for the past few weeks, and it's time for some of these to be updated in their process. I'm showing you some of the others just so you can see all that we've done, but the main focus that we have to work on today is our vinegar. Before we get to the vinegar, these are the extracts that we made, and it's very important to go through, and as I told you, you have to shake them as often as you think of it. If you can do it once a day, that's even better. But what I wanted to show you is look at the difference in color. When we started these, they were very, very light. They were clear. A lot of them are vodka, but you could see there, look at all the extraction that's already taken place. And we just give them each one a shake. And we do that. So make sure that you put them someplace where they're not out of sight, out of mind. Because will it still extract? Of course it will. But will it extract efficiently? No. Look at that. That's our cocoa nib. Look how dark that is. And it hasn't been very long at all. Okay? And I've already opened all these to give them a smell. They already smell incredible. So those are all of our extracts. These are the fruit syrups that we made. And these are ready to go. They are strained and ready to go. But what I like to do is give them a shake, because you may have a little bit of separation. And that's not what we want. So I continue to shake them. I'm already over shaking everything anyway. So I give everything just a quick shake. Now this, it's not an emergency. You can shake them when you're ready to use them. No problem. I can't wait to show you what we did with those. These are the Oxymels we made. This is an herbal remedy that we use. Oh, there's the fly. It must be one of my videos. There's a fly. These are the Oxymels we made. This one's lemon balm, and this one's Tulsi. We were getting these ready because we're going into flu and cold season, and these really do help. So, but it's very important that we shake them as often as possible. Again, we're trying to cause a really good, thorough, even extraction. So that's why it's so important to shake them. These, it's very important also to keep them out of the light. Okay, so these, you want these in a dark place, but not so dark that you forget to shake them. Now, we have our pineapple. There's a reason for that. This is the strawberry scrap vinegar that we made, better part of a month ago now. And, oh my goodness, this one is still fermenting. This is in its secondary fermentation. And so this has a ways to go, but I wanted to show you the color. And in here is, I don't know if you can see it, I'll try to get closer when I move the camera, but you can see there's a mother growing in here. And you see that I shake it and look at all the bubbles. Do you see that? That's because we still have an active fermentation going here. Okay, so I wanted to show you that. So you have to be careful when you're shaking these because they are an active fermentation. And if you're not careful, they will blow. Okay, so I mean, there is a lot of carbon dioxide that is built up in here. And if I just open this after a good shake, it'll spray. Okay, so we definitely want to be careful with that. So we set that one aside. This is our raspberry. We are still sealed. Now, it's not a 100% seal, so I don't want to shake it too hard. Oh, there it goes. Do you see the bubbles? So we are actively fermenting. I'm not going to shake these anymore because I stirred them before. Because what will happen is if I'm not careful, I just heard that, it'll just start spraying everywhere. And that has happened to me. So please be careful. When it comes to these vinegars, there's so much sugar in here from the fruit and the sugar that we added. This fermentation is very, very active. And what that means is there's going to be a lot of pressure in here and it will make a big mess. It's not going to hurt you, but it'll be a mess that you will not appreciate. And what you see up at the top, there's a little bit of this white. That is perfectly normal. It is, I want to say it begins with a C. I forget, Camden? I'll overlay the name because I can't think of it right now. That just gets spooned off the top. No harm. It's very common. It's a yeast. Oh, I almost had it. Oh, it doesn't matter. That's a yeast. It's naturally occurring. No big deal. But why are we doing this today? We have been making these vinegars for about 3 weeks. And at the 3-week mark, we want to change from the first fermentation onto the second. In order to do that, we have to remove all the fruit and seal our container, seal all our jars. Right now, I don't have the rubber gaskets in here. I have them set aside. When I strain all of these out, the rubber gaskets will go in, and these will all be sealed. We are going from the primary fermentation to the secondary fermentation. And to do that, we have to remove all of the fruit. We have to leave nothing else in here but the liquid. Then we remove all the air. By that, I mean we're going to put the gaskets on all of our containers. These will all be sealed. I have some airlocks that I showed you last time. We'll be putting those in so that we make sure all the air can come out, but no air can go in. That is very, very important. Okay, so that we can control our ferment. This is our apple. Now this is a different container. So what I showed you when I was doing this one, let me show you up close. This one doesn't have an airlock like the others. So what this one will have right now, because I wanted air to be able to go in and out, because we still have the fruit in here, we wanted that active, oh, the apple. I lifted the lid and the apple was unbelievable. Wow, that was amazing. It's very important that we wanted the air to be able to go in and out. Once we've removed the fruit and we want to stop that primary fermentation and move on to our secondary fermentation, we want no air. So this has a water dam in it, and we will just float water around the side and make sure we always we will make sure that we always have water floating in here, because that will cause a seal and no air will be able to go beneath that water, but it will allow air that's in the jar to escape. You'll just see little bubbles popping up. And that way, what it does is it makes sure that you don't have an explosion. It controls the air escape. And the one, I had it here. Let's see if I have it. I do. These are the airlocks, and these will switch right here and they snap right into place. Water will go into here, and there's little holes in the top. I will link this so you don't have to try to figure out which one. I'll link the entire set. And you keep the water up to the line. The line is marked, and it does the same exact thing. Air can come out, but no air can go in. So our fermentation can continue undisturbed. Okay, so I'm going to get us something to strain all our fruit out, and I will get this all set up. We'll be right back. Okay, so we've got our strainer set over our fruit. We've got our strainer set over our vinegar. You see how much liquid came out of there? We don't want to lose that. We don't want to lose any of it. Now we're not going to press down very hard, but we're just going to, just a little bit with the back of a fork, because what we don't want to do is make our vinegar super cloudy. And if you really start just pressing down really hard, your vinegar will get cloudy. And it's not pretty. And on top of everything else of being delicious and good for you and all that good stuff, I want it to be beautiful as well. You see? So we just move everything around a little bit. We make sure we get as much of it as we can. And then we just collect it all in the bowl, and it goes out, and it ends up being an amazing treat for all the critters. Okay, so we've got our strainer. We've got the vessel we're using. We've got a lid, so this is going to be peach, vinegar, and the date. Dating is very important because, again, we are working with a ferment, so we need to know exactly how long everything is going. Okay, so we don't want to make our vinegar super cloudy. If we press down, we're going to get little bits of fruit, and we do not want that. We are removing all solids. So we're done. We have removed all of the fruit from our vinegars. They are labeled and dated. Why did we go through this? Why did it matter? Why can't we just leave the fruit in the vinegar? Well, in what will eventually be vinegar. Right now it is not. Well, the problem is that if we leave the fruit in, we run the risk of significant mold. And it will not allow us to move forward from our primary fermentation, which is alcohol, and then moving over to acidification, which is our secondary ferment. And that's the whole point, because we're trying to make vinegar. We're not making wine, we're making vinegar. So for that reason, we take it out so we can finish the alcohol step and move forward into the acidification step. And it smells amazing. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that I have to get the lock on here. I just didn't. This one has, as I said, this has the water. I think it's called a water dam, but I'm going to link it below. It's a lot of fun. You can make all kinds of pickles, all kinds of different type of fermented vegetables. It's great. The only issue with it, though, is getting liquids out. Like, you have to kind of use it. Pouring it out is a little bit more of a pain in the neck, but it's so easy to keep the water in there that it kind of is worth the trouble, if that makes sense. So the water is coming. There's a line here. I know you can't see it from there, but when you get one, the line is here. You want to make sure that that water stays at that line. If the water runs out, air can now go back and forth, which is exactly what we don't want to do. We want to have the air, the bubbles and the built-up air move out and no air move in. We've shaken all of our extracts. We've got our Oxymels ready to go. They've got quite a ways to go yet. And the mother, I'm going to see if I can bring it up closer to you. Let's see if you can see this. Let's see. Well, there we go. Can you see that dark spot right here? That is our vinegar mother. That is from the strawberry scrap vinegar that we made when we first started our very first beginnings of vinegar. Okay, now we have an experiment going where 2 of our vinegars that we had, we added mother to, and 2 we didn't. We will find out over the next few weeks as we start to see a development, how fast, because all of them will eventually get a mother. But my expectation, and what always happens, is that when I use a piece of mother from a previous batch, or you use raw apple cider vinegar that has mother in it, and you just use a splash, that also will give you that same kickstart in the ferment. Those vinegars will be done sooner. And we're tracking them, and I'm going to have all of that posted for you. In the meantime, thank you so much. I hope you give this a try. It is, when you have these types of vinegars on your shelf, it opens a whole new world of flavors for you. Salad dressings, shrubs. I don't know if you know what a shrub is, but it's a drink, and it's absolutely delicious. You can make sauces. You can add them to different things. It's just so wonderful to have on hand. That little splash of flavor that is unexpected, and it's got a depth that you won't get from a jar that you get in the supermarket in distilled vinegar or something like that. These are all raw, so all the nutrients are still here. Thank you so much for visiting with me today. And on Sunday, I have a treat. I don't know if you can see this or not, but back here is our last bit of tomatoes. It is our last 7 bags of tomatoes that we're handling for this season. And I'm doing something that I think you'll enjoy. I'm excited about it. I do it every year. I'm doing it for the first time with you guys, and that's going to be an interesting experience for me, but we live, we learn. I think you'll enjoy that. I'll see you Sunday. Thank you so very much. Have a great week.